Okay, another plant-based recipe. This is baked sweet potato with beans, but it's a mixture of beans, it's not just baked beans. So we're going to start off with the potato. It's only a small one here, but you can get them as big as you want really. Baked potato, we're going to bake it. So to do that, the quickest way to do it, and the best I think, is to microwave it first. So to start with, we're going to take the potato and just give it a few stabs, let a bit of the steam out, and then we're going to pop it into the microwave and cook it for 8 minutes. Okay, so that's been in the microwave now for 8 minutes, so let's see how it is. There we go, nicely cooked through. So now what we're going to do, we're going to put it onto a baking tray to put it in. We're going to use some smoked paprika, and we're going to put smoked paprika over it, and we're going to brush it with oil as well at the same time. It's a bit difficult this, but don't bear with me. So getting a bit of a paste going here with the paprika. And we're brushing that smoky paprika all over. So paint it all over liberally. Do save a bit for after as well, a bit of paprika to sprinkle on afterwards. And then we're going to pop it straight into the hot oven, about 200 degrees. That's going to take about 12 to 15 minutes in there, I'd say. Wouldn't think it's going to take any longer than that. So whilst that's carrying on, we'll get our beans made. Got a nice saucepan here, put that on. Going to put a bit of oil into the pan, a couple of tablespoons, and we're going to put in finely chopped onion. Make sure you get it nice and fine because it all adds to the texture, and we'll just sweat those off a bit. If you hear me use that, it's a real chefy term, sweat. It's not talking about us, we probably do sweat in our hot kitchens. It's when you will see written in a recipe where it says cook the onions until they're translucent. So to achieve that, we need to really keep the heat down a bit, bring it up to begin with, bring the heat down a bit, and then cook them without caramelisation, because that's not, we don't really want that in this particular dish. While that's doing that, I'll just show you the rest of the ingredients. We've got some garlic, peeled bulbs, I've got some brown sugar, and I've got some apple cider vinegar here. You can use red wine vinegar or white wine vinegar, but I've got a bit of apple cider vinegar. I always have that. There we go. So these are cooking nicely. Let's turn them right down. We're almost there. I've got some Worcestershire sauce, Liam Perrins. Now if you're a vegan or vegetarian, and you can't have that, I'm afraid. You can't have Worcestershire sauce, but you can buy a vegetarian option of it, and I'm told it's a good substitute, but as I come from Worcester, there's no way I'm going to do that. Mr. Lee and Mr. Perrins would think that's a terrible crime. And then I've got some chopped tomatoes, and I've got a can of mixed beans. It's like a 5-bean salad. I did my onions now. Just take that off. I'm going to put in the brown sugar. I'm going to crush the garlic, and then just give it a quick chop up, not too much. Doesn't really matter about this. And put that in. Then I'm going to put in a tablespoon or so of my vinegar. And then I'm going to put in Worcestershire sauce, a good glug of Worcestershire sauce, I really like that. Chopped tomatoes, now you can put a lot of these in. In fact, you can put in the whole can. I'm not going to do that today in mine because I'm only making it for a smaller amount. And then I've got my beans here. I'm going to drain these through a sieve. I'll pop the beans in. I'm just going to put in a pinch of smoked paprika as well. And a quick stir. Now we want to cook these down so they're quite syrupy and thick really, that's why the sugar's there. Oh, we better put a bit of salt and pepper in. So we need to allow that to reduce, we call it, so it means the sauce is reducing down. We don't need it to be a massive rapid boil, so we just take the temperature down just to tick over really, so it's more like a simmer. Quick check in my oven. Beautiful aroma just come out of the oven there, the smoked paprika. So it's reducing down really nicely there. This is the sort of dish you could have prepared to come home to if you wanted just a light evening meal. Doesn't take that long to cook. There's our potato, nicely cooked. So we'll just split that. Like so. Put it on a plate there. Now we'll serve that into our potato like so. So this is a wonderful meal really because you've got so much going on there. You've got your protein and all these different types of beans. And you've got the wonderful vitamins and minerals in the sweet potato. And don't forget to top off with some natural yogurt and sprinkle with paprika.